Hey, everybody. You know what? I know how a lot of you feel about some of the things that people were making claims were going to happen and didn't happen in September. A lot of people are under the impression, not all of you, but I'm just saying some people are under the impression that I was predicting doom for the month of the September because I was actually pointing out some of the clues of possibilities that they may happen. And I've stated repeatedly many times that if pre 9/11 we had got to see some of those clues regarding 9/11 and what they happened in cartoons and movies and stuff like that, we would have been fully aware of what was going to take place. Or maybe they wouldn't have done it at all if we would have seen the clues of what they were trying to say. So, are they keeping the clues coming and with other things? I don't know. It's a possibility. They're showing us things in movies that make me question about whether they're trying to tell us something. But to be clear, in case people are still, thinking that I was predicting doom for the month of September with an asteroid, I never did. I said I was pointing to the clues. How about with the Pope's visit? And I said, do these clues, lead to that there could something could happen to the Pope? Susan Sarandon comes out and says, you know what? I think the Pope is going to be assassinated. I saw all of the media attention that was being given. The media attention was giving to the Secret Service and how inept they were, showing us how a guy ran across the lawn at the White House and there was no Secret Service sniper to even take him out, or the rubber balls that usually go off when, there's, they have that option too, that they could do that, and that didn't happen. It just seemed like a lot of clues were leading up to that they were going to try to make the Secret Service the fall guy, but never predicted that that's exactly how it was going to play out. But just to be clear,
mention something real quickly about this meteor that some people are saying we're going to have a meteor hit the Earth on the 23rd, which is next Wednesday.
right?
And do you believe that a meteor is going to hit the Earth? And what do you think the government is doing about that?
Well, now as far as a meteor hitting, I like to look at the evidence that we have. Of course, if you have a government controlled monitoring system for the asteroid and they're not providing us any information, I don't have any way to say one way or the other whether a meteor is really going to hit. I use clues from some of the stuff that I see that they're trying to tell us that something's coming, and yes, I do that. But to say 100% that I have the evidence that it's going to hit, no, I can't do that. I don't know how much plainer I could make it that I would never predict something that just off of clues. All I could do is point you at it, and if something does happen, be prepared. Don't be scared, but be prepared. Shouldn't that be kind of a motto, right? Is that if there's clues out there to be had, we need to seek them out. Just like I wish we could have sought out the clues for 9/11 if we would have known what to look for. So why am I creating this video, you may want to ask? Well, okay. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that tomorrow something is going to happen. But I want to point you to some clues right here that are very interesting about tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Let me take that back. Not tomorrow, just 10/1. Whatever 10/1 could be. It could be January 1st for all I know. But let's look at the clues here. 4/26. This is Chernobyl. Okay. 9/11. Here's the Twin Towers. Here is a pyramid that was built in North Korea, and it has a date of 10/1 above it. So they're telling you what? This got destroyed. These got destroyed. Are they telling you that this is going to be destroyed? Well, there's something strange about this T-shirt where it comes from Ruyongyong, however, ruyongyong.org. So what is that exactly? So let's take a peek at some of this. Okay. So there was it's called by different names. It's called the Phantom Pyramid, or it's called the Hotel of Doom, or Hotel Doom. And what it is it was a hotel that was started approximately 1988, or actually just before 1987, expecting it to be open for the 1988 Summer Games. Well, there was the World Festival of Youth and Students for 1989. They thought they were going to have it open by, and it didn't. In 1992, they actually shut down all kinds of everything that had to do with that hotel, and it just stayed up an empty shell. So they hired a firm called Bake Doosan Architects and Engineers to build the 4 million square foot, 3,000 room hotel on a hilltop. Now, it's 105 stories and it's 1,082 feet in height. Well, if you take a look at what 1,082 feet is in meters, not saying it means anything, it is 330 meters, right? They go on here to state that it's 1,083 feet and dominates Pyongyang skyline, right? So that's pretty interesting, yeah? Construction came to a halt in 1992, like I said. So now, guess what? In 2008, construction resumed on the hotel, and they're claiming it had to do with tourism. Well, they don't get but maybe 4,000 to 6,000 tourists a year, and that is probably a generous estimate at that. So what happened in 2008 when they restarted construction on this hotel? As of 2012 of this story right here, it is still empty because it was still being worked on because the interior was still not done, right? And it's called, like I said, the Hotel of Doom, Phantom Hotel or Hotel Doom. And it's all about tourism. It's very, very few people have ever been in it, nicknamed Hotel of Doom. So, still under construction. This is what it looked like. This is what they did to the outside from 2008, putting glass frames. But who did they hire in 2008 to actually redo this building? That's where it gets kind of interesting. Now, in 2008, right here, an official with the group said its Orascom Telecom subsidiary was involved in the project but gave no details. Egypt's Orascom Group has recently begun refurbishing the top floors of the three-sided pyramid-shaped hotel, right? Okay? Now, that's all the glass and all that. They still aren't done because according to the Daily Fail, which came out 13 August 2014, and it still sits empty because it's not finished. Hotel of Doom and the 105-story skyscraper. Hardly anybody has... God dang you. Where is it? Right here. Okay. That has no windows, in which few people are believed to have ever entered because it has never opened. The intriguing footage covers the everyday pausing to take stock of a man getting his ticket, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it still has not opened as of 2014 because the interior is not done. Who was it, the company that was involved in refurbishing this hotel? So why, if you're refurbishing the hotel, why is the organization that is creating these t-shirts putting a date for a destruction of it, just like the Twin Towers and Chernobyl? Guess what? Orascom, Bill Gates Group invest $1 billion in Orascom construction. January 19th, 2013. It's interesting. I could look it up for you guys. All you have to do is look up Orascom construction, and you will see that this guy, headed by billionaire, he's billionaire, right? Why would Bill Gates, be investing $1 billion into this company? Doesn't make any sense to me. Nassef Soares, his brother has his first name is Soares, something like that. And if you take like two letters out, you get Osiris. Really, really strange, right? Just something interesting, not saying that it means anything whatsoever. But now let's take a look at the last bit here. Again, not saying that this means anything at all, but back from September 24, 2013, there was an article that came out about this prophecy, I guess you would want to call it. The end is near. October 1st surprise. Grid X2 is for Nibiru, right? So October 1st surprise. Right? So they claim that it would probably be 2013, but in the article, right? Now this was before, this was even finished. Now, they go on to mention down here North Korea. Dixon said North Korea is made up of mostly Aryans whom are deeply hated by elite Jews who are hunting down an Aryan genocide and wanting to nuke North Korea to this end. I was like, wow. Okay, all right, this is really getting crazy, right? Now, again, not saying this means anything at all, but in the movie Dark Knight Rises, we saw some interesting stuff about Sandy Hook and the map and, some other really interesting details about Bane and, Gotham and, the whole H.P. Lovecraft connection there with Arkham House and all the other weird stuff, right? So let's take a look at something here regarding this piece from Dark Knight Rises and the stadium destruction and the stadium anthem. Now, as you will see right here, the teams that are allegedly involved in this football game are none other than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and many things could be said about the jersey because they don't really let you know who the other team is really by looking at the faces, what football team they were on. But they made it to go out of their way in the movie to present the other team as the Pittsburgh Steelers. You see Ben Roethlisberger, you see Hines Ward, and you see a couple other individuals there on the sideline. But the only kind of indication that we have about who the other team that they're playing against may be is the back of the jersey, Raven Star, right? So when you look up Raven Star, that has to do with the trilogy, the game or whatever. It's about defeating bats, right? Raven Star, whatever. But here's the weird thing. October 1st, tomorrow night, is a football game with the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Baltimore Ravens, which happens to be October 1st. Not saying that it means anything at all, folks. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is that is it a possibility, just a possibility only on this earth, that 9/23 could actually be referring to not a date, but an actual time when something was planned to happen. Now, in this footage right here that you see of Dark Knight Rises, you can see 3/22 up on the wall with the skull and bone significance. See, there you go. They made sure that why they would even bother, honing into these guys up here from here, of course, they got the 3/22 right there just for you to see. But now, if you look in the movie, I don't really see any kind of numbers as they're going around the stadium to indicate that there's other numbers like a 321 or a 320. I'd have to look again, but I didn't see them. Now, like I said, they don't give you much to look at here in this clip. So there you go. Money put into a hotel that as of 2014 still hadn't opened. Bill Gates gives $1 billion to the corporation out of Egypt that is actually behind the construction on the finishing aspects of this Hotel Doom, right? And here you have royagyong.org, and they have a T-shirt right here that has, Chernobyl, 9/11 Twin Towers, and then the pyramid, just like you see, right? Just like you saw it. Right there. There it is. And are they trying to allude to some kind of destruction coming on October 1st or something of that nature? That is the question.